for the articles. And the question is, what men's magazine has been available in Braille since 1970?
We're locked in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the obvious, Matthew, like you said, is it Playboy?
Yeah, I believe it is. Like, there's a significant, I believe it was Mel Brooks did it as a joke, and I think they actually did it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay, we're going Playboy.
And Noah and Paul.
Yeah, we went Playboy. I think it was Robin Hood Men in Tights.
It was Robin Hood Men in Tights. Yep.
They pull the castle away.
Oh,
and
yes.
The guy's sitting there, and he's got the centerfold, but he's like, so yeah, we went.
That character, the character's name is Blinken, and he was awesome. I remember he's grabbing up on a statue. He's like, "Master, you lost your arms, but you grew a nice bosom." That movie is hilarious.
Well, your answer is in fact Playboy. Well done. Well done. Well, after round one, 30-20, Jonathan and Matt are in the lead. Okay, let's see if round two can stump you guys a little bit more, making I guess a little easy, but that's okay. Your round two question one category is a place I would like to visit when COVID is finally over. And your question is, what U.S. monument built in 1963 measures 630 feet in both height and width?
How many feet?
630 feet in both height and width.
All right, I think we're locked in.
All right, cool, Paul. Thank you.
Good,
So,
yeah, that's best I could think of. Yeah.
all right, so Jonathan and Matt.
Matthew, I have two thoughts. The first thought is that it might be the St. Louis Arch, because that is something that could be as tall as it is wide. The other thought that I have is that's the year of the Kennedy assassination.
Correct, but he said completed in 63.
Oh,
so
they were building.
They would have been building it before. Would have had to have, especially since Kennedy was assassinated in December. It would have been.
Yeah, for sure.
So
we were planning this for 3 years. That's awful.
I like St. Louis Arch. I like that a lot, actually.
I do too, because when you hear 630 by 630, you think it must be a block.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It must be a box.
Yep.
But it doesn't have to have the shape of a box. You know.
I was thinking.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I think I like that a lot. Let's go.
All right. Do you have any other options?
Well, the other thing that popped in my head was the Parthenon in Tennessee.
Okay.
But I don't think that's a U.S. monument.
No, it's not tall enough either, I don't think.
Yeah. 6.
All right, let's do the arch.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
All right, we'll say the Gateway Arch.
All right, and Noah and Paul.
Well, it's too small for a Borg cube, so yeah, we said the St. Louis Arch.
I would love to go there to see my Cubs beat the St. Louis Cardinals. Yes, it is the Gateway Arch in St. Louis, Missouri. Well done, both teams.
I like that question.
Yeah.
That it's misleading in a good way.
Yeah. All right. Your next question is for round two is in movie voices. And the question is, Jodie Benson played Barbie in all of the Toy Story movies. What other famous character did Benson voice in a 1989 movie?
You just blew my mind with that piece of information. Matthew just calmly shared a piece of unrelated information, and I'm just like, holy crap, it is, and that's amazing, and I never knew that.
And we're locked in.
All right, good.
All right, so the thing that Matthew shared, first, Matthew, you got to the movie before I did.
Yeah.
I think you were there, so why don't you walk us through your thought process?
So 89 in my mind went right to Who Framed Roger Rabbit, because it was around that time frame, and it would have been, because it was an animated film and famous character, but then I'm like, it's definitely not Jessica Rabbit, because that was Kathleen Turner. And
I'm like, holy crap, Jessica Rabbit was Kathleen Turner. I had no idea.
You didn't know that? Oh, wow.
No, I didn't know that.
Okay.
I think it's amazing.
But I believe that Betty Boop was a titular character, was sort of side character in that film as well.
She was in the bar.
Yeah, and she definitely
was a
talks to
waitress
Bob
in the
Haskins'
bar.
character for sure.
Boop, boop. You still got it, Eddie.
Yep. So that makes me...
But that doesn't sound anything like the voice of Barbie from Toy Story.
Yeah.
Are there any other female characters in Who Framed Roger Rabbit that it could possibly be? You have Hilda the hyena.
Yeah, but I don't
know if you remember her.
The fact that he said, is it famous? Did you say famous character, Chris?
I'll repeat again. The last part was, what other famous character did Benson voice in a 1989 movie?
Okay, so it's not Hilda Hyena.
It's not going to be like an incidental character in.
All right. Okay. Betty Boop sounds good.
I'm stuck on it. That's the only thing I can really, because other than 1989, I can't think of any animated movie that would. Hold on, Little Mermaid. That could be Ariel.
That was 89. Yeah, Beauty and the Beast was 91. Yeah. So Little Mermaid was 89.
Yeah. Jodie Benson sounds real familiar for Ariel for me.
Okay.
And that would be a more similar voice to the Barbie voice in Toy Story.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Okay. I think it's a better answer.
Okay, we're going to go Little Mermaid. Ariel.
Okay. Noah and Paul.
So we got Disney Plus when it came out, having a couple of kids, and so Toy Story 4 came out on it. We saw it a bunch of times. It was on repeat for a while, and I spend a lot of time on IMDb just noodling around on there. So I was really blown away when I was looking through all the details of it and found out that, oh, Barbie, that's Ariel, huh? What do you know?
Wow.
Just to let you know, Matt pulled a Jonathan. The answer is Ariel and the Little Mermaid.
It was so close. We were about to lock in.
I was so happy with that Betty Boop answer. I was like, all right, we're gonna catch back up here. Great.
Just to let you know, Who Framed Roger Rabbit was out in 88. 88, not 80.
Oh, right. You know what? This is why I got to that. So I'm in a band with my wife, and we do all 90s covers of every genre. Any cover from the 90s is up for a game, any genre. But and we really like writing medleys. And one medley that we wrote it's called the Disney medley, and it's all the big songs from every 90s Disney movie kind of mashed together.
Oh, that's
and you included Mermaid?
We were going to put Little Mermaid in it, but we found out it was 1989, and that's why it just popped into my head with 1989.
Oh, wow.
That's a good in.
Man, that's a shame, too, because you could include Kiss the Girls, which is a great song.
Good pull.
All right. Whew. Man, that was great.
That was awesome.
That gave me goosebumps. That was fun.
I'm a little shaky right
now. Matt's like, can I have a cigarette?
So your last question in round 2 is in space, the final frontier.
Woo.
And your question is...
my kind of space.
Your question is, which Apollo crew currently holds the record for reaching the furthest distance from the Earth?
So you want the number of the mission?
That's correct.
Yeah, I think we're locked in. Is that right, Paul?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, so Jonathan and Matt, you can talk it out.
So I know the first one that Jim Lovell went on did do that as well. Did circle around.
Really?
Yeah, because that's the way to other than just stopping and turning around, that's the way to use the least amount of fuel is to go around the other side of the moon and use the moon's gravity.
I thought that was presented as a novel solution to turning them around.
Pretty positive they did. Well, you know what? Either way, I don't have any other hard data than I think they did. But I mean, I definitely know they did on 13.
So what we're discussing is the potential of it being Apollo 13 because they had to use the moon's gravity to slingshot back towards the Earth, and so that might have stretched them out as far past the moon as anybody's been. And Matt is trying to think of, or is saying that he's feeling like other missions did the same thing. And obviously movie magic and that kind of stuff, for me, that's where I'm getting it from. Sure. I felt like that was presented as a novel solution as opposed to this is just the way that we do things.
Here's my thought would be, yes, we know they did it on 13, so might as well go with that. I don't have any other concrete information that it happened before that.
Okay, let's do that. We'll say Apollo 13.
All right, and Noah and Paul.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember the scene in Apollo 13, but I think I remember that, after the incident, they're slinging around the moon, and then Houston basically radio says, congratulations, you're the farthest guys from Earth. And they're kind of looking at the moon kind of longingly going, but we'll never get to touch down on the moon because we're having to do this and get home. So I think we went with Apollo 13 because that was the farthest they went going around. So,
and your answer is Apollo 13. And Noah did the perfect explanation. That's 100% right. Because of the trajectory, in order to get back to Earth, because of all the issues that they were having, they ended up slingshotting around, and that caused being the furthest away from Earth than anyone else ever was. Until the Enterprise.
Until the Enterprise.
That's correct.
Well, I mean, that's a given.
Well,
right?
actually, technically Voyager, because Janeway, they went the heck out there. But yeah, sure.
Where does Serenity fit into this?
Oh.
Yeah.
In one
Is that
season.
technically Earth?
See, this is why
were they ever on Earth?
No, they were never on Earth, because Earth was apparently destroyed by that point in time. So that's just why they left.
I just like to point out that I'm making geek jokes about this show I've never seen, and y'all didn't even pick up on that.
No, I knew you haven't seen it, but I'm still proud of you. Very proud. After 2 rounds, Matt and Jonathan still with the perfect score, 60 points, but Noah and Paul are right behind them with 50.
Thanks for the kibosh there, Chris.
I know, right? Shift on the perfect pay.
Your round 3, question 1 question. The category is an enlightened question, and I want to say thanks to Nick Groves for sending me this question. So thank you, Nick. Your question is, what name, meaning enlightened one, was given to Prince Gautama Siddhartha, who lived in northeast India from about 563 BC to 483 BC?
Oh, we have a disagreement, Matt.
Yeah, we
Dun, dun, dun!
May I suggest picking the wrong one?
bold strategy,
Chris,
Cotton.
is it Siddhartha? Is it with an R?
No.
Siddhartha Gautama?
No, it's Gautama Siddhartha, Siddhatha. I will verify that spelling for you real quick, though. How does that sound?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt, I'm
You're right. Yeah, you're
95%,
right. Yep,
dude.
You're right.
Okay, we're locked in.
All right, they're locked in. I guess they chose. I don't know which one they chose, if it was the right or the wrong one. So here you go. All right, so Noah and Paul, you can talk it out.
So I think we both came up with an answer initially. We both thought Siddhartha, and then we hear Jonathan is like, is it Siddhartha? I was like, wait a minute. They didn't lock in.
What's he saying?
Yeah, what is he saying? So I think this is back to this is going back to high school. We actually had to read Siddhartha, so I think it was about Buddha. So I think it's Buddha's who we want to lock in with, right, Paul?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Oh, man. I'm just trying to clarify the name. Well, that sucks. We also went with Buddha. Buddhism is the path to enlightenment. And so the enlightened one, that's why I was pretty sure of the name, Matt,
Yeah.
but the whole Buddha enlightenment angle, that took me the rest of the way.
All right.
The other one, we were debating between Buddha and Dalai Lama.
Okay. Well, the answer is Buddha. Buddha. So well done, both teams. I will say that the spelling I gave you was incorrect. It is Siddhartha. I'm guessing that.
I thought so, dude. I'm like, I thought this guy's name was Siddhartha.
Yeah.
I apologize for that. I don't know if Nick wrote it wrong or if I typed it in wrong, but I double checked it last night when I double checked my questions, and I just skimmed over the name. I was just making sure that Buddha was attached to it.
He's not here, so let's just blame Nick.
Yeah, I think it's really important, Chris. You're the one facing the pressure right now, so it's very important to learn to deflect blame to Nick whenever you get the chance.
Gotcha. Okay, very good.
Nick has a thick skin. Thick Nick. He can take it.
Wow.
And I spilled my drink here a minute ago, and I'm totally putting it on him.
That's right. We actually love Nick.
We really
Nick's
do.
great.
Yeah, great show that he hosts as well. So we Jonathan and I have been on it a bunch of times. It's been fun. So your next category is who's going to take you home is the category. Who's going to take you home? And your question is, what now defunct airline has the distinction to have been the first commercial passenger flight over the Atlantic Ocean between New York and Marseille, France in 1939? Why do I do this to myself, giving me words I know I cannot say?
So the trick with the French words is anytime you see that double L's followed by a few vowels, it's almost always going to be a shortened, cut-off version. You're never going to pronounce the L's.
Okay, good. That's a good tip. I appreciate that.
Like Versailles is spelled Versailles.
Yeah. Well, just like Marseille is spelled Marsalis.
Let's do that.
But I know that was the battle.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
We're locked in.
Okay. So Noah and Paul, you can talk it out.
All right.
I was.
We're down to 2, and Jonathan just gave one away. That
Damn it, Jonathan!
Yeah.
by saying it's kind of meta because I'm waffling. We were waffling between Pan Am and TWA.
And I was already thinking of the Pan meeting across Am for America. So, and the question had mentioned